Hi there, and welcome to the Start a Business tutorial for how to register your LLC in the state of Texas. This main page is just meant to be a general overview, and we encourage that you click on the links throughout here because we've got more detailed tutorials linked throughout. Two things you should know, however. One, filing in Texas is pretty expensive. Two, you can do it online. There's, of course, the PDF filing procedure. That's printing out the PDF, filling it out, and sending it to the Secretary of State by mail. But there's also an awesome online portal that you can use. You do need to sign up for an account. It'll only take a second, and once you have that set up, you can just go ahead and file online. It only takes like a minute or so. Before we do that, however, let's just go through the entire process here. So first thing you got to do is you got to check, make sure that your name is available. I shouldn't say you have to do it. It's more of a suggestion. That being said, if you register with a name that is already on file with the Secretary of State, your filing will most likely be rejected. That's the case in a lot of states. Texas is no exception. Furthermore, you should note that every time you do make a business entity search or a name availability search, it'll cost you $1 per inquiry. So keep that in mind as you're doing those. Only use that when you really need to, I guess. It is only $1, but still. You can also reserve your entity name. Again, totally not mandatory, but if you still have some things you need to set up for the state of Texas, maybe you need to get your registered agent together, make sure that they're cool with representing you. You can reserve your name. It'll last for 4 months, 120 days. It'll cost you $40, and we have a tutorial on how to do that here as well. So with your name chosen, and if you're confident that it's not going to be the cause of your rejection, you can continue to file. Now you can sign on to your online account. We have a tutorial for how to start your how to create your online account there, but make sure if you do go to log in, of course, you have your online account. So you can either do that or you can file by downloading the PDF. We have all of them here on our website. And for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to assume that you finished off all the forms before I move on to the next one. Now, if you're confused on how to either register online or register through the mail with a PDF, click on either one of these links, the domestic LLP or foreign LLC rather, or foreign LLC, pardon, and you will be able to get a more detailed look on exactly how to go about doing that. Now, once the forms are completed, let's take a look at the online filing process first. So once the forms are complete, you'll see at the very top of the image, there'll be like a submit filing option, an edit filing, and a cancel filing. So to submit filing, obviously you click on the first link there. And because when you log into your account, you enter in your payment information already, like that's the first step in logging in, is entering the payment information for any filing fees you might be charged for in the upcoming session. So because of that, when you click this button, it'll automatically purchase the filing for you, or pay the fee rather, and send the filing to the Secretary of State. Now, if you're going to file through the mail or by delivering in person, you need to finish the PDF, sign off on it, and make an extra copy. Then attach a filing fee. That can be in the form of a check made out to the Secretary of State, a money order made out to the Secretary of State, or with a completed voucher for your credit card. Now, if we click on this here, we'll be able to see exactly what that looks like. So you'll enter in the submitter information, document filing information. You can, do all this on your computer, right? Or however you spell it, foramtion. Also, you can, and then you enter in your credit card information, and then you can print that off and attach it to your forms. Let's go back here. And once that's been done, you can fax it. In fact, you'll have to use that form if you're planning on faxing, or you can send it to this address or deliver it to the James Earl Rudder office building. So that's generally how one would file for an LLC in Texas. If you're forming a new company, you're also going to need to apply for an employer identification number. This is a number that's issued by the IRS. It's used to recognize you as a legitimate tax withholding entity in the United States and allow you to operate without any restrictions in regards to opening bank accounts, requesting financing, hiring and paying employees, all under the company name. So you can review our tutorial here on how to apply for one of those. It's free to get one. Our tutorial is also free. Or you can just go straight to the IRS website or download the form SS4 and mail that to the IRS. Also, finally, operating agreements. This in Texas is not a required document. So if you're starting a new LLC, you don't need to have an operating agreement, and you won't, if you do decide to draft it, you won't be filing it with the Secretary of the State. Instead, it's kept at your principal office address and distributed amongst the managing members of your LLC to be used as sort of a point of reference for how the internal operations of the LLC and the internal affairs of the LLC are to be organized. That's in relation to rules and regulations pertaining to all company officials, capitalization of each member, that whole thing and every detail pertaining to your company management will be entered into the operating agreement. So if you want a better description of that, or you just want to download a free template, we have access to one. You click on operating agreement here, and you will be able to access it, and you can see it's got all the information you could possibly want, and it'll enable you to draft your operating agreement very quickly. So I hope that was helpful, guys. Best of luck to you.